This virtual regular meeting of the Township Council is called to order. Madam Clerk.
In accordance with the Open Public Meeting Act of the State of New Jersey, adequate notice of the Tuesday, May 12, 2020 work session regular meeting of the Franklin Township Council was provided as required by law.
Okay, we're not required to stand, but if we could all do the Pledge of Allegiance. Everybody mute except Jim Vassanella.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. Councilman Ambasarian, please say the invocation.
Thank you, Mayor. As we gather here today as members of the Township Council, we pray that we are ever mindful of opportunities to render our service to fellow citizens and to our community, keeping in mind always the enduring values of life, exerting our efforts in those areas and on those things upon which the future generations can build with confidence. Let us continue to strive to make a better world. Amen.
Okay. Thank you. And I would just like to add my condolences to all who have lost and all who are suffering through the current crisis. Madam Clerk, please call the roll.
Councilman Harrison?
Here.
Councilman Chase? Councilwoman Francois?
Here.
Councilman Galtieri?
Here. Here.
Mayor Kramer?
Here.
Deputy Mayor Onijaka?
It looks like he is here, but he seems to be muted. Deputy Mayor, can you unmute? Continue to roll.
Councilwoman Pruitt?
Here.
Councilman Vassanella?
Here.
Councilman Wright?
Yes.
Thank you. Accommodations and proclamations. We have none right now. If we could, we can open now for public discussion. Do I have a motion to open for public discussion?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed, say nay. The motion is carried. We are now open for public discussion. We're going to limit it 2 minutes, no yielding of time. State your name and address. Can only come up once. Mr. Manager. You're muted.
No, okay, so we have two members of the press, Mr. Renfrey and Mr. Bowman, who I don't believe generally participate in public discussion. If they wish to, they may. And also a gentleman named Doug F. If Mr. Doug F. wishes to address council, we will unmute you now. They're muted. So Mr. Doug, you are unmuted if you wish to address council. And he muted himself, so there is no one wishing to make a comment, Mr. Mayor.
Members of the press.
They're muted right now. Bob?
Hello. Am I muted?
One second, Mr. Mayor. Adjusting some volume levels.
Okay, our Deputy Mayor Onijaka just
Unmute all of them.
Can you hear me now?
Bill and Mark.
Deputy Mayor.
Can you hear me? Hello?
Deputy Mayor, yes, we can hear you.
Okay.
Can you mute?
I got Crystal Pruitt.
Bill, do you have any comments to make in the public portion?
No,
Thank you. Mark Renfrey. Mark Renfrey, do you have any comment to make in the public portion?
No, I'm good, thanks.
Okay, thank you, Mark.
is that noise someone trying to speak, or we don't know?
No, we don't believe so, Mr. Mayor. We believe that's a technical issue here.
Okay, so
Mr. Mayor, seeing no one wanting to speak from the public, I make a motion to close the public session.
So move.
moved and seconded, all in favor of closing public session, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion is carried. We're now on to council comments. I'm going to do it in screen order. Mr. Wright,
No.
Ms. Pruitt,
Council comments.
thank you. Ms. Pruitt,
I just wanted to highlight that May is Mental Health Awareness Month. And considering everything that's going on, a lot of people might be feeling anxious. So just a reminder that the state has a mental health hotline if you need any assistance or someone to talk to. That is 1-866-202-4357. That number again is 866-202-4357. Also, the Department of Human Services that I used to work for is actually doing an event tomorrow at 7 p.m. to discuss any human services needs, any access to services that any residents might need, including food, health insurance, et cetera, et cetera. A lot of that information is actually on the municipal website and social media. So kudos to our IT department for making sure all this information is already being pushed out. But just a reminder for everyone to be kind to yourself. It is a very special time, and be safe and be smart. That's all, Mayor.
thank you. Councilman Vasanelli.
I just wanted to thank the public for being patient and cooperative as the township deals with obviously something we've never dealt with before, and remind the public that there are certain restrictions and certain aspects of this that we are in control of, certain ones that the county government are in control of, certain ones the state government is in control of, and certain things the federal government is in control of. And if at any time they have any questions, any specific questions, of course, they're free to go on the internet and go around internet sites, but they're also free to and advised, I think, to go directly to the manager, the mayor, particular staff member, or any one of us council people. If there's any question as to what is allowed or not allowed, or what is open or not opened. And again, thank them for their patience and cooperation as we work our way through something that we have never dealt with before. And all those emails and phone numbers are posted on the township website. Thank you, Mayor. That's all.
Thank you. Very, very well said, Councilman. Councilwoman Kimberly Francois.
No comments, Mayor.
Thank you. Councilman Ambassador.
Thank you, Mayor. In these troubled times, let us not forget the less fortunate people in our neighborhood. They have no resources to go out and even buy food sometimes. So we did a fundraising event, a virtual Bollywood type music concert Saturday evening. It's about 7 to 10:30. It's a long program. We had a number of young musicians perform virtually for us to enjoy. One of them, I might add, a Franklin boy, went to Franklin High, and he proudly displayed his T-shirt to everybody. So that was a good event. At the peak, we had about 170 people listening to the concert. And more importantly, we raised about $24,000 to food bank. And we understand that it is going to be matched by an anonymous donor. So that could bring in a significant amount to the food bank all in all, and we are very happy doing that. And I hope things get better for everybody. I wish you all well. Stay safe, Franklin. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you, Councilman. Councilman Will Geltieri.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. First, want to start by saying a happy belated Mother's Day to all mothers. I know it was Sunday, and I hope that you got to enjoy the day a little bit since it was one of the nicer days of the weekend. Public service announcement on behalf of the Franklin Township Sewage Authority. Please don't flush pipes down the drain. They don't dissolve and they clog the sewer lines. So please be mindful of that. I know that we sent out a couple of alerts last week through the municipality. So just a reminder that. Just want to say a continued thank you to all our employees, first responders, medical professionals, and the essential employees who continue to serve the community and make sure that store shelves are stocked and services are still provided. So big thank you to everybody. Residents helping resident. There is a phone number now. So the phone number is 908-524-0939. Again, that's 908-524-0939. In addition to rhrfranklin.org, where you can request help. So we do have a phone number now for people to access. And thank you to the continued volunteers that continue to help the community and those at risk. Want to do a shout out to congratulations to all our graduating seniors from college. I know the feeling of not being able to partake in an in-person graduation, but hopefully your college and university will be able to have something soon. But congratulations on this milestone and achievement that you have. It is significant. And finally, as Councilman Barrison said, please help support the food bank and food pantries in town. They are trying to keep up and help an overwhelming amount. We are still accepting, there's always the virtual donation path, but if you have an excess of supplies, cleaning supplies, toilet paper, or anything, can drop it off at the senior center, 505 DeMont Lane. And I believe the food pantry at Zarephath is going to try doing a drive in the Bridgewater Promenade parking lot. So more information to come on that. And finally, just a reminder, help support our local businesses if you can, especially our restaurants. There is a list of restaurants that can be found at the Franklin Township website under What's New and Restaurants in Franklin. These are not only is this the small businesses in town, but these are people that are trying to stay in business and keep jobs in the town. So please support them if you can. A lot of good restaurants in town to go visit and still are offering takeout and delivery. So thank you to all those that continue to serve the community. And that's all I have, Mr. Mayor.
Very good. Thank you. Councilman Chase.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. The Environmental Commission is planning to have a virtual meeting on May 18th to be addressed by Mike Passaro and Sophie Glovier of the Watershed Institute about the state's new green infrastructure requirements. So this is something that I hope at the very least that Mr. Houck and Mr. Healy will listen in on, as well as the Environmental Commission, and anybody from the public can listen in. I'm told that the retrofitting, updating of 4 township detention basins jointly between the township and the New Jersey Water Supply Authority is underway. I admit I haven't gone to look myself, but I was told that yesterday. So thank you.
That it?
Yeah. I don't know what's going on.
Deputy Mayor Charles Omijaka.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. Last Sunday, the Sierra Leonean community of New Jersey, they went on on a parade, on a vehicle parade, just to honor our healthcare heroes who are successfully doing their job at this particular time. And fortunately, I joined them. I was in the motorcade, and everything went very, very fine. You know, they went to different health centers, and the nurses and the doctors, they were happy. They were fully recognized, and everything went the way we planned it. Special thanks to Franklin Police Department, Lieutenant Philip Russo, for his professional service. Also, Corporal Michael Ditchman, who also was involved in the planning and the execution. It was very, very good. So on behalf of the Sierra Leonean community, I thank everybody, and I thank the council and the community too. Thank you, sir. That is what I have for today.
Thank you. For my comments, so the state and the county are looking for contact tracers. And the state is going to be hiring thousands of them. If you want a job as a contract tracer, go to covid19.nj.gov/forms/tracer. So covid19.nj.gov/forms/tracer. I do want people to keep up their social distancing. I know it's frustrating. I know it seems like it's taking forever, but we are making progress. Today, for those of you who have been following my Facebook postings, we have a doubling time that is higher than it's ever been in Franklin. It's over 2 months. So the higher the doubling time, the slower the virus is spreading. I remember getting excited for the first time ever when it hit like 8 or 9 days. It's now up to 2 months, and it fluctuates a lot, but it's going in the right direction. The other thing is the town hall meeting this Thursday. I am honored that the Speaker of the General Assembly, Craig Coughlin, will be our guest. I hope everybody can join and learn and listen to what's going on at the state level. It is a COVID-19 directed town hall meeting. Please post your questions, but that's what we are going to concentrate on. That's why I'm having the town hall meetings, is to inform the people about COVID-19 and the situation and the laws, etc., surrounding it. So I'm going to concentrate on COVID-19. I hope you can join, and I hope you can learn. And that's what I have. Again, because of the special times, I'll ask the township attorney, do you have anything in particular that you want to add?
No, sir.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Manager.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Just a few comments. That very little has changed since we met 2 weeks ago as far as community events and the township operations. So I won't belabor that. We're still waiting on guidance from the state of New Jersey on things like our summer camps and the pool. Once we have that, we'll certainly make it public when we can anticipate. But I know that people are anxious to get information about things, when things will open and when we'll be able to hold events and when we'll be able to perform some of the normal functions of government. Unfortunately, we are at the mercy of the state of New Jersey here as decisions are made, and until those decisions are made at that level, we won't be able to make a lot of our decisions locally. So we're just continuing to do what we can to prepare for things in the event that we can have them. The Recreation Department is doing things like working on possible virtual summer camps in lieu of in-person summer camps. So these are the types of things that are being done in the background now, and we hope to be able to move forward soon with at least information, if nothing else. Some COVID-19 related things. There's been some question about a testing location in Franklin Township. I don't know, the mayor has been working with county officials to try to make that happen. And I've had several discussions with county officials as well to see if that can be done in the very near future. In the interim, there has started a new testing facility at the Rite Aid on Hamilton Street. That testing is for those 18 years of age and older. If you are interested in being tested, symptomatic or asymptomatic, if you go to the Rite Aid website, you can register for a time to be tested, and you just simply go through the drive-through at the pharmacy and you do the self-test and provide the samples to the pharmacist, and then they're sent, and they're saying the return time is about 2 to 7 days on test results. I know that they are now accepting about 50 tests a day at the drive-through, and I believe they're booked through the beginning of next week. But if you are interested in being tested locally, the Hamilton Street Rite Aid at the corner of Hamilton and Matilda Avenue is providing that service free of charge for adults. And that's all I have, Mr. Mayor.
Why don't you review the tax grace period in case people missed it?
So we're beyond the normal tax grace period, so that's why I didn't do it. But obviously, the council adopted a resolution at the last council meeting extending the grace period for tax payments to June 1st. So you have until June, close of business June 1st to pay taxes on the grace period without interest.
I know that about this time last week, we collected about 73% of taxes. Do you happen to have an update?
No, I do not.
Yeah. I didn't give you fair notice on that one. Okay. That ends council comments and the township manager's report. There's no council discussion item. We have minutes. Approval of the following minutes. The Township Council work session regular meeting on April 28th, 2020 at 7 p.m. With the motion to approve.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion, any corrections? Madam Clerk.
Councilman Embarrasson?
Yes.
Councilman Chase?
Yes.
Councilwoman Francois?
Yes.
Councilman Galtieri?
Yes.
Mayor Kramer?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Oni Jaka?
He looked like you were muted, Deputy Mayor.
I don't know who's muting me. I'm on mute. I'm okay now?
Yes.
Okay.
Councilwoman Pruitt?
Yes.
Councilman Vasanella?
Yes.
Councilman Wright?
Yes.
And the minutes pass. Approval of the warrants in the amount of $12,224,869.43 on May 12th, 2020 are presented to the council for payment. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Any discussion? Anyone want to pull an item? Seeing none, Madam Clerk.
Councilman Embarrasson?
Yes.
Councilman Chase?
Yes.
Councilwoman Francois? He's muted.
You're muted, Kimberly.
Sorry. Yes. Yes.
Councilman Galtieri?
Yes.
Mayor Kramer?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Oni Jaka?
Yes.
Councilwoman Pruitt?
Yes.
Councilman Vasanella?
Yes.
Councilman Wright?
Okay, we are now on to Community Development Block Grant, fiscal year 2020 presentation of the 2020 CDBG applications by Deborah Mitchell. There she is.
Hello, good evening. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, all right. Good evening, everyone. I am here to present the Community Development Block Grant Program for 2020. It's a little bit different this year because we're doing everything due to the COVID over the internet. And it's the presentations I have received from the persons who would normally testify at the meeting. I believe they were in your packet. There were at least 4 of them, one from the Y and one from the school board in support of the Y, from Sharon Clark for Community Central Jersey Housing Resource, and from the Food Bank and Alternatives, who is a new applicant this year. The total amount of funds that the township is eligible for this year is $273,511. We received 17 funding applications, and we have $101,336 worth of requests for public service dollars, of which we could fund $41,035. We received $196,634. Well, we not received, we allocated $196,634. We had that many applications and allocated $132,500 for public facilities. The applications will be distributed, I believe, to the Finance Committee at some point in time, whenever I can get in there to make copies for you. We will have the draft action plan ready shortly and have that ready for posting, along with several other workouts items that have to be done in support of revisions to the consolidated plan and action plan for 2019. The township, as I believe you guys were informed, we were the recipient of $160,000 and some change for COVID-19 related activities. There is a workshop tomorrow to further discuss how those funds can be allocated and to what activities they can be allocated. So I will keep you up to date on that. We have a resolution tonight as well for the revised language assistance plan for the Community Development Block Grant Program. The result of that update found that there were 662,431 persons age 5 and older in Franklin. 32.7% of those spoke of another language at home besides English. And we had 845 residents that had problems speaking English very well. So as a result of that, we're required to provide translation services to any portion of the population of 50 or more persons who have problems translating or understanding English. And we have made arrangements to do that with an interpreter service to be made available for those documents that don't translate on the web, or any further assistance or questions that a individual might have when they come in contact with the Community Development Block Grant Program. We are also in the process of updating our analysis of impediments to fair housing. That document also will be updated and posted on the web, along with any other amendments that we have to make for COVID-19 and our citizens participation plan, which also has to be amended for the COVID-19 process that we're going to be going through for those dollars. That's all that I have. Any questions?
Council, any questions?
I didn't catch that last part about the COVID-19. Could you repeat that again, please, Deborah?
Oh, sure. We have to amend our citizen participation plan for the COVID-19 dollars that we're going to be receiving. The public hearing portion, instead of it being 30 days to do a substantial amendment for those dollars, it's going to be 5 days instead, so that we can get everything in place to spend the funds as soon as possible.
Okay, all right. You answered my question. Thank you.
Okay.
Anyone else? Okay.
All right.
What?
Thank you.
Okay, don't go away because
Okay.
public session here. Public hearing on SF 2020 CDBG application and program. Do we have a motion to open to the public?
So moved.
Second. All in favor of opening to the public, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion is carried. We are open to the public. Mr. Manager.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. So I'm going to have Bob open the microphones for those that are in attendance, and I will address them individually. Bill Bowman, any public comment? Muted, Bill.
He shows he's not paying attention.
I'll take silence as no. Mark Renfrey, any public comment?
No.
Okay, and Ron J, any public comment?
No.
Thank you. Mr. Mayor, no. Mr. Mayor, no public comment. That's all the attendees.
Seeing there's no public comment, a motion to close the public portion and then hearing.
Second.
So move.
CDBG, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Opposed, say nay. Someone say nay. All those opposed to public, well, I guess no one's saying nay, so.
That means no one's opposed.
Opposed.
There you go.
Okay. Sorry.
Been a long week.
I don't know where I went on that one. All right. Okay. Update of citizen participation plan, Ms. Mitchell.
You're muted, Deb.
All right. I'm back now, I think. Am I back?
Yes.
Okay. The citizen participation plan was revised to include the Courier News, Desi Talk, an Asian Indian newspaper, and Latinos Unidos de Nueva Jersey, the Hispanic newspaper. I added also a session in there to hold one community meeting during the grant year in the census tract, for which we received the highest concentration of low and moderate income families. So that would be a direct one in the 4th Ward somewhere at a location to be determined until the community center is done. We're adding a session on virtual hearings and meetings that will be conducted due to social distancing. And I updated the information for the Public Records Act. And I believe that is all the changes I have on there now for that document.
Okay. Any council issues on that? Okay.
We'll get you copies of that. I'm not sure that you have that yet. Okay.
Updated analysis of fair housing.
That is still in process. I've not completed that document yet. I'll get that to you as soon as I finish up.
Okay. Mr. Attorney, are we able to still proceed without?
Mr. Mayor, I believe those were just updates from Deb for you, not anything to vote on.
Okay,
Nothing that holds up what we're doing.
okay. So resolution 20-165, approval of revised language assistant plan for community development block grant, is presented to Township Council for adoption. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
And a second?
Second.
Moved and seconded. Any discussion? Madam Clerk?
Councilman Embarrasson?
We're muted, Ron.
Yes.
Councilman Chase?
Councilman Chase?
He's still muted.
If you can't unmute, just give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down.
Okay. Councilman Francois?
Yes.
Councilman Galtieri?
Yes.
Mayor Kramer?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Oni-Jacques?
Yes.
Councilwoman Prue?
Yes.
Councilman Vasanella?
Yes.
Councilman Wright?
Yes.
Okay, it passes. On to item number 13, amend the 2020 Hamilton Street Special Improvement District. Public session is appropriate. Do we have a motion to open to the public?
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed, say nay. Motion is carried because there were no nays. We are now open to the public on this item only. Hamilton Street Special Improvement District. Mr. Manager.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Bill Vaughn, any public comment on the amendment to the Hamilton Street budget? No. Mark Runfree, any comment?
No, thank you.
Thank you, Mark. And then the other gentleman has now logged off. So there are no more members of the public, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, we need a motion to close public session.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor of closing public session, say aye.
Aye.
Say nay. Motion is carried. Public session is closed. Resolution 20-166. Read amended Hamilton, the calendar year 2020 Hamilton Street Special Improvement District budget by title is presented to the Township Council for adoption. This is a motion to just read it by title. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
And seconded. All in favor, I'm sorry, Madam Clerk.
Councilman Embarrasson?
Yes.
Councilman Chase?
Yes.
Councilwoman Francois?
Yes.
Councilman Thierry?
Yes.
Mayor Kramer?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Oni-Jacques?
Yes.
Councilwoman Pruitt?
Yes.
Councilman Vasanella?
Yes.
Councilman Wright?
Yes.
I was afraid you guys are gonna vote no and make me read it. Resolution 20-167. Adopt amended calendar year 2020 Hamilton Street Special Improvement District budget as introduced. Do we have a motion?
So moved.
Second.
And seconded. So the basic discussion is, we had actually done this once before, but because of the situation and the burdens, financial burdens that the situation is causing for people, we decided to pass this without taking it's not the levy, what is the proper, not doing a SID assessment? What's the proper verb?
Assessment.
The SID assessment, correct.
Okay. Any other discussion? Madam Clerk?
Councilman Embarrasson?
Yes.
Councilman Chase,
Yes.
Councilwoman Francois,
Yes.
Councilman Galtieri,
Yes.
Mayor Kramer,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Oni Jaka,
Yes.
Councilwoman Pruitt,
Yes.
Councilman Vasanella,
Yes.
Councilman Wright.
Yes.
We are now on to the second readings.
Yeah, so
Item number 14.
said she
So,
couldn't get on earlier, probably because she tried when I locked it. You're on.
Someone is, could be who isn't.
Your mic's
Second readings are where we actually vote on items for passage or not passage. First reading is to introduce. These are second readings. They've all been introduced. The first one is an ordinance order authorizing the lease of certain premises owned by the Township of Franklin and the County of Somerset to South Boundbrook, Somerset Little League for utilization as a Little League baseball complex is presented for public hearing and final adoption. The public hearing has been noticed as required. Do we have a motion to open to the public?
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor of opening to public, say aye.
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 Opposed, say nay. Motion is carried. We are open to the public. Anyone wishing to speak on this item only? Madam Manager, Mr. Manager.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Bill or Mark, any comment?
No, thanks.
No, I have nothing.
Thank you. None, Mayor.
Okay. We have a motion.
I'm sorry, Mayor, seeing no one from the public looking to speak, I'll motion to close the public portion of the hearing on this ordinance.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor of closing public portion, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion is carried. Public session is closed. We have a motion on the item.
So moved.
And a second.
Second.
Moved and seconded. So this is a 5-year lease for the Little League fields up in the northwest corner of the town. And any other discussion? Madam Clerk?
Councilman Anderson,
Yes.
Councilman Chase,
Yes.
Councilwoman Francois,
Yes.
Councilman Galtieri,
Yes.
Mayor Kramer,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Oni Jaka,
Yes.
Councilwoman Pruitt,
Yes.
Councilman Vasanella,
Yes.
Councilman Wright.
Yes.
Ordinance 4322-20, bond ordinance providing for various capital improvements for the water utility of the Township of Franklin and the County of Somerset.
Mayor, excuse me, you skipped one. You skipped 4321.
Yes, I did. Well, I don't like that one. Ordinance 4321/20. Thank you, Master Clerk. Thank you. Bond ordinance providing for various 2020 capital improvements and equipment acquisitions by and in the Township of Franklin, in the County of Somerset, State of New Jersey, appropriating $5,765,000, therefore, and authorizing the issuance of $5,477,750 bonds or notes of the township to finance part of the cost thereof is presented for public hearing and final adoption. Public hearing is presented. The public hearing has been noticed as required. With a motion to open to the public.
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Seeing no discussion, all in favor of opening to the public, say aye.
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 Opposed, say nay. Motion is carried. We are now open to the public on this item only.
Bill and Mark, any comment?
I have nothing. Thank you.
Thank you, Bill.
No, thanks.
Mark? None, Mayor.
Thanks, guys. Motion to close.
Mayor, seeing no one coming forward from the public, I'll motion to close the public portion of the hearing.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor, say aye.
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 Opposed, motion is carried. Public portion closed. Do we have a motion on the item?
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. This is an item for bonding for the general fund. Any other discussion? Madam Master Clerk.
Councilman Barrison,
Yes.
Councilman Chase,
Yes.
Councilwoman Francois,
Yes.
Councilman Galtieri,
Yes.
Mayor Kramer,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Oni-Jackie,
Yes.
Councilwoman Pruitt,
Yes.
Councilman Vasanella,
Yes.
Councilman Wright.
Yes.
Okay, now on to the water ordinance, water bond ordinance, 4322-20. Bond ordinance providing for various capital improvements for the water utility of the Township of Franklin and the County, Somerset State of New Jersey, appropriating $7,720,000, therefore, and authorizing the issuance of $7,720,000 bonds or notes of the water utility the Township of Franklin to finance the cost thereof is presented for public hearing and final adoption. The public hearing has been noticed as required to have a motion to open to the members of the press slash public.
So moved.
Moved,
Second.
moved and seconded. Seeing no discussion, all in favor of opening to the public, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion is carried. We are open to the public. Anyone wishing to speak? Mr. Bowman?
Bill and Mark?
No, thanks.
I'm good, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very
Come on,
much.
Mayor.
Guys. Motion to close.
Mayor, motion to close the public portion of the hearing on this ordinance.
Seconded.
Moved and seconded. All in favor of closing public portion, say aye.
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 Opposed, say nay. Motion is carried. This is bonding for the water department. Any other discussion?
You need a motion on the
Yes.
motion?
Second.
Oh, we did that. Okay, sorry. Okay, we have a motion, a second. Any other discussion? Madam Clerk?
Councilman Barrison,
Yes.
Councilman Chase,
Yes.
Councilwoman Francois,
Yes.
Councilman Galtieri,
Yes.
Mayor Kramer,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Oni-Jackie,
Yes.
Councilwoman Pruitt,
Yes.
Councilman Vasanella,
Yes.
Councilman Wright.
Yes.
Thank you. Ordinance 4323-20, bond ordinance providing for capital improvements and equipment acquisitions for various parks by and in the Township of Franklin and County of Somerset, State of New Jersey, appropriating $1,560,000 dollars from the Open Space Trust Fund, therefore, and authorizing the issuance of $1,483,000 bonds or notes of the township to finance part of the cost thereof is presented for public hearing and final adoption. The public hearing has been noticed as required. Do we have a motion to open to the public?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor of opening to the public, say aye.
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 Opposed, say nay. Motion is carried. We open to the public on this item. Mr. Manager?
Bill and Mark?
I'm good, thank you.
Nothing, thanks.
Thanks, guys. Motion to close.
Mayor, seeing no one from the public looking to speak, I close the public portion of the hearing of this ordinance.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Public hearing is closed. We have a motion on the item.
So moved.
Seconded.
Moved and seconded. Obviously, this is open space bonding. Any other discussion? Madam Master Clerk, wind it up.
Councilman Barrison,
Yes.
Councilman Chase,
Yes.
Councilwoman Francois,
Yes.
Councilman Galtieri,
Yes.
Mayor Kramer,
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Oni-Jackie,
Yes.
Councilwoman Pruitt,
Yes.
Councilman Vasanella,
Yes.
Councilman Wright.
Yes.
It passes. Ordinance 4324-20, capital ordinance appropriating $1,707,500 for open space trust fund to pay for various capital acquisitions and improvements for the Township of Franklin and the County of Somerset, State of New Jersey, is presented for public hearing and final adoption. The public hearing has been noticed as required. Do we have a motion open to the public?
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor of opening to public, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion is carried. We're open to the public. Mr. Manager.
Bill and Mark?
I'm good, thanks.
I'm gonna issue a blanket. I'm good.
I think it's the last one, Bill, so thanks for coming tonight and keeping us company.
You're very welcome. Thank you.
All right, have a good night.
It's good to be loved.
Seeing no one coming forward from the public, Mayor, I'll motion to close the public portion of the hearing in this ordinance.
Second.
Moved and seconded. All in favor of the discussion, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, say nay. Motion is carried. Do we have a motion on the item?
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. This is cash capital for the open space. Any other discussion? Madam Clerk.
Councilman Embarrasson?
Yes.
Councilman Chase?
Yes.
Councilwoman Francois?
Yes.
Councilman Galtieri?
Yes.
Mayor Kramer?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Oni
Yes.
Councilwoman Pruitt?
Yes.
Councilman Vasanella?
Yes.
Councilman Wright?
Yes.
Ordinance on first reading. So this is how we introduce an ordinance, so the public knows that we will be having a second reading if it passes the first reading at a later date. Ordinance 4325-20, an ordinance amending the code of the Township of Franklin, County of Somerset, State of New Jersey, more particularly Chapter 50, Police Department, Article 1, General Provisions, Section 50-24, Police Outside Work, Special Police Services. Foregoing ordinance is presented to Township Council for adoption on first reading, posting, publication in accordance with the law, and public hearing, and final adoption on at a virtual meeting of the Township Council to be held via WebEx on Tuesday, May 26, 2020, at 7 p.m. Do we have a motion on the item?
So moved.
Second.
Moved and seconded. So this is an item for what is commonly called police outside jobs, changing basically the rules by which they are handed out.
Actually, Mayor, that's not what this ordinance amendment is for.
You told me that.
Right, well, but that's what, not the primary function of this ordinance amendment is to award, it is to move the administration of outside jobs to a third-party vendor that then will administer all of the aspects of assignment and billing for that function of the police department.
Okay, which will effectively.
It's much more encompasses much more than just the assignment of jobs. It also encompasses the administration of the function of hiring a police officer.
Okay. Very good. Any other discussion?
Is there a cost to that, to the township, Bob?
There is no cost to the township. The fee is assessed to the people hiring the police officers.
Okay, thank you.
Any other discussion? Madam Clerk?
Councilman Embarrasson?
Yes.
Councilman Chase?
Yes.
Councilwoman Francois?
Yes.
Councilman Galtieri?
Yes.
Mayor Kramer?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Oni
Yes.
Councilwoman Pruitt?
Yes.
Councilman Vasanella?
Yes.
Councilman Wright?
Yes.
Next item is the consent agenda, items A through K, as listed on the consent agenda. Portion of this meeting are presented to Township Council for adoption. Motion.
Moved.
Second.
Moved and second. Any discussion? Anyone would like any item cleared up, or would like to pull an item for a second vote? Separate vote.
Item G, the pedestrian crossing, those are the ones that we discussed that are going down to Kingston, I believe, the Kingston area?
So those are,
There's a Mont Lane and also Laurel Ave.
Sorry, where was it going?
Laurel and Union, I trust.
Laurel and Union and Demont and Magnolia.
Thank you.
Any others? Madam Clerk?
Councilman Embarrasson?
Yes.
Councilman Chase?
Yes.
Councilwoman Francois?
Yes.
Councilman Galtieri?
Yes.
Mayor Kramer?
Yes.
Deputy Mayor Oni Jaka?
Yes.
Councilwoman Pruitt?
Yes.
Councilman Vasanella?
Yes.
Councilman Wright?
Yes.
Okay. There are no resolutions to be voted on separately. Old business, boards, committees, commissions, any nominations? Hearing none. There's no executive session. Do we have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Second.
Second.
All in favor of adjourning, say aye.